don't come on now do in Ogo Parliament, and the information where they out from which you don't say no to the money than the missing per se in waiting on and find out. Would that we for believe kind of Naya?
Well, as my waiting I will say in this situation, yeah, and not been there at the press conference, and not actually look any spreadsheet where I see me the fly along social media. So I
Mifambude, una kushe, una kabo. Welcome to Current Affairs. This now una favorite program where they come every Saturday with DJ Force and Madam Tenekpaka, the woman where they keep the record straight. And una no say where they say current affairs. Now things that we don't happen at this moment, what would they look at? So under the current affairs, we Kamara don't pick up two key issues then what we get for can discuss now here today. One, now the Auditor General, where they don't suspend. We get for can also talk about them and also some of the lapses then and some of the information what we don't get at hand. Second, we got for talk about Samura Kamara, we involve inside human sacrifices just because to gain political ground, just because he won't come back in power. These are some of the issues were very, very bad and not good for our nation at all. So today we get for can discuss them. But before that, let me introduce my co-host. Let it come and can stay unahadu.
Fellow Sierra Leoneans, on a morning and on a good evening out there. Today we welcome on our current affairs. Me really talk to una. Me na DJ Force, the SLPP DJ. Thank you, Dima the Greats. The SLPP Bobo. Good morning to you.
Thank you very much, DJ Force, the political messiah, the man we sabi work and elect work past President talking Rubio. Now, me family, if you just join with this na current affairs, wanna share this program to your brothers and sisters there. But then I introduce now we chair lady, the woman where they keep the records to let himself can tell when I do.
Mi fambo de onado, mi na Tenekpaka, SIPP police. Today we dey make una get a clear picture of the tanker incidents wey be happen at Salon, because we don't do a background check and we don't do certain investigations there. We not they can't talk because we want for talk or because we want for feel self good or open self. But any Ghanaian we lost in life inside that incident day, we feel that because we as Ghanaians there, we go always want for talk as a citizen for set the records to it.
Thank you very much, Madam Tenekpaka, for that powerful greeting. Tell her the way you give. Well, my family, if we just the join with this the current affairs. Well, we begin with the katakata where they go on right now. Where we all know, we all sabi, we don't see, they don't suspend this Auditor General. Yes, Madam Pierre, they don't suspend them. But what we know when a reliable information, tangible information, we know say Madam Pierre, if they don't blunder a lot, if they don't do beaucoup things them way enough fit to sit down at that office, because that institution a very tangible institution, a credible institution than they, na institution than they where the whole salon can depend on. Because at the end of the day, where boku thing they happen at that country day, we expect that institution to do things proper, to do them in the interest of the country. In order for do something because you're not Creole man, or you're not Creole, or because your party not Creole, then you do them. Or because you're not Mende, then you do them because this not Mende. Or you're not Timini, then you do things because your party or your brother or sister not NDD. But today we did to break to clear to make the record straight. So now, before this, I the car with DJ first. Let it tell una small thing what you know about this woman. Then from there, before I begin car with the evidence, then
You know, Mother Pearce, one thing we I want for tell Sierra Leoneans and say the president in the Republic of Sierra Leone and the parliament in the Republic of Sierra Leone, the people of Sierra Leone, I believe in their people here. I believe say the person who be vote for can take leadership and responsibility and for work in the interest of the country, in the interest of the states, and not be make no mistake. Now, Lara appears really within this government don't do, it don't scatter the headquarter of corruption. I believe say President Bill, I don't take in a say a tongue and the Quran na in the in back of a right hand, now the Bible, na in lead on the they think fast. This now a man way they think fast and they think like a white man. Rather appears they don't fail Sierra Leoneans them from 2007. But you know, President Biona a person where they give a test. It always they make sure say you fall by your weight. I make I can always they talk say you need direction when we don't give responsibility, you not try for act and prove yourself. Where you lost some, you blame yourself because Sierra Leoneans then they will graduate a lot where they on the streets, where every day they apply for job. And we're ready for come, make sure say for put the resources together so that we say go able to compete with other West Africa countries. So Lala therapies, if you ask me for make I talk about them, this time a woman way we don't fail from 2007 onto the time 2018 where President Bio can take power. But you know, we try for work with every Sierra Leonean for make sure see we create changes, we create development, we create improvement. We bring things the way the public wants. But this woman they don't fail from 2007. So today, if we don't hear you say she has been suspended, then that means the people, the voice don't speak. This is not the right time where I believe say the government in the Republic of Sierra Leone don't take actions against them because a woman way be they try for encourage more corruptions na that in administration day. Now I make us say President Bio don't scatter corruption headquarters. I believe say Lara Pearce, since they be don't form anti-corruptions na that country day, it serve honest by human administrations. But what he do? He make sure say he encourage them and join them, they destroy the economy of that state. Every figure will be only give out, now be fake figure, will be only give to the public, to the nations. And if he even go take me back, when there was a report he gave, we be try for give audit reports, he even say sorry to the state, to the country, because he go sit down, he give wrong figure against this government. So I mean, I tell President Bio, thank you. And Sierra Leoneans today, I want for tell in a say, Una vote, una no waste time. And we go protect una vote, and we go make sure say una vote go work for una. And I mean the president he talk say he say I will drive Sierra Leone to a safe destinations. I believe say today he did not suspend the Auditor General. That don't show na say he not be capable, he not be responsible, he not be the doing work fine, and he not be the monitor, and he not be the key clear reports about things and way they happen both na the local government and the central government. It be they always they try for say things them bad against the central government, why they left the local government aside. What I mean local government, city council, they are operating under local government and that country. There's a lot of mistakes and maybe don't they happen at that city council. They Lara to Pearce not be they ever bring their report and to the state. So if you say they work very hard for let corruption succeed in Sierra Leone. So today I tell President Bill thank you. And I tell Sierra Leoneans that we vote for President Bill thank you. When I join force, when I support him, when I make sure say when I stand with him very strong so that they corrupt citizens the way they in that country, they will they pay them, but then they do correct job, may they not succeed. So make our land the other speaker they talk.
Thank you very much, DJ Force, for that statement there. Well, Madam Tenel, one of the allegations that we come to this woman according to the letter we come out, we reach to the press release from the Attorney General. They talk about misconduct and a lack of professional performance while in office. You are say somebody we don't serve in international places them, you know, around the globe. You don't work inside the police, you don't work inside, you don't be an advisor at the United Nations, you know, you're the advocate. When they talk about this lack of performance and misconduct and other something inside office, or what did you take on that before I carry this? I carry the main video get as evidence to show some lapses then under this woman in deputy.
As a Sierra Leonean, as a citizen, as a dual citizen of that nation, first and foremost, the society where they live, if you don't suspect, say, there is a corruption, what you get for do that corruption case, they inform the parliament. Now, so they don't do now recently about the premier. You got for inform the parliament, waiting now the things that we don't happen. From there, you inform anti-corruption. You understand it?
Yeah.
But now the person who don't get, when they think that they happen, you know, they make no official reports, a lot of errors that don't happen. And the last time it misinformed the public when a purely administrative error, a lot of things don't happen. They're not the only pick them thing that they pick them thing and they based on settlements. Then they try now for can't blame the government and project the government to the public, say they're highly corrupt. But we don't say SFP. The need for cleanup. You cannot fight corruption with corruption. You meet people there with corruption already embedded in them, inside those institutions then they. So the strategy where they play, when this government can empower, they begin and say, oh, they can't stop, oh, government to amend cracks. So that they're not going to clean them up. So now they don't dare under, then they give this government here bad name. Once you send the report to parliament, in the council report, they were not correct, then they sit up and they apologize back to the nation. And we already know the high level of illiteracy will get in that country today. Go let the woman go. And as I don't know about people that they get away with their errors that they. If Naya from that day they will make them mistakes, then they ask her out. Other person replace her. Too much compromise. When people that they make mistakes inside the room. Yes, our man they make democracy, but now will be more democratic than the white man. When the white man said no, they take them. Then they're not so democratic. Some of the report are incitement. So the public, it made the public and they say different thing about this government. Now then they make people they not even see the good work of the current government because of waiting and get against the government. It's very, very sad. And most administrative error, professional misconduct, human go rest. Now I know say not only one go able to perform that road day. Other people then they able to perform that road day. You see, why you not go bring out the 6th mayor na Freetown? Because the mayor they get so many funds, they even get council rates, but you know they want to clean the city, you know they make roads when people they buy land, then they pay them money, then they no light, no good roads, no good days, city council not get nothing for them. Then they collect them money, then they know they do no good market for people then. Now when you own someone rich, they want to colonizer, it's not possible. Because now tomato you show now you want to run inside the cave. If you don't say anybody engaged in corruption at any institution and responsibility, if you inform the parliament, they inform the anti-corruption. But if you fail for pass through the parliament, this regime no bypass nothing. No bypass nothing.
Sorry, thank you very much.
Anything will happen to you. Look at you blame yourself. This government and things say when the president be don't count in manifesto, now word of mouth, they don't get for put into action. So now there's some of them they get the blow because the president they act based on a manifesto.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Madam Tenet Baka. I'll hold you there for now.
Yeah.
Now, my family then, if you just join with this current affair, now yeah, we can break everything down for let the public, even the layman, let them understand. Now we don't say beaucoup things then they go on. One of the things will be happy now. One of the time with that woman last year report with a blunder, very big one, big one. And at the end of the day, it come again apologize. But beside the saga begin, I want just show when I just hear it small from that saga where it begin from this woman here. When my family they be just the join with this current affair now, yeah, we can show the reality, everything where they go on in that country. We not a fake thing, we they tell one the reality. Well now, let's listen to this woman, small normal, we see some of the lapses that we get.
2016 Public Financial Management Act. It say section 16, subsection 1B. The Auditor General, in accordance with the Constitution and the Audit Service Act 2014, shall prepare, submit to Parliament, and publish his report prepared under the data. So now Parliament now they will submit the normal audit report. But as I tell you, in this particular situation, section 119, subsection 7, it really clear say the president can request for an audit, and that happened in this case. Normally, president not request for audit. Normally now we do the audit them. So it's easy for me as we do we work on so we send them through that channel there.
So the report don't come out now do in go parliament and the information where they out from which you don't say not to the money than the missing I say in waiting you wanna find out what else before believe kind of now.
Well,
now my family if you just the join with this now current affairs. Well, teacher first you just hear from that statement there. The woman talks say, yeah, normally president then, because we don't get some place the president in that country. They say normally president not the request for that. But then now the president talk and do be a request for him. That was a request for the audit report there. And also it talk inside the constitution, of course, the president get right to request for him. But normally, president they not be they do them. They know they do that. What in a year's analysis on that matter, that side there no more? Between lazy president and where they look at certain things them, where they just the left and so no more. What's in your own take on that side? Before I count
You know, we don't one thing, we don't ever get president as Sierra Leone. Now we don't get president in Sierra Leone. So the action of the president in the Republic of Sierra Leone, H.E. Dr. Julius Maada Bio, so many things that we the feel say president and not be on the look at and not be on the monitor. They think and say no go monitor. And one thing they don't forget about President Bio with elections. They say all civil servants, you are permanent. I have been giving job for 5 years. So I'm working towards that 5 years.
Well, for technical issue, we just don't lost DJ Force. Now, Madam Tenepaka, the same thing go to you. Help DJ Force on that matter small.
Well, let's take on for Musa DJ.
Okay.
So the president, so the president be talk say, he say they don't give me job for 5 years. He say, what I can do? You will not be vote for me, you go vote for me again. Yeah? He got all the institutions in another country, all permanent professor secretary, permanent secretary, etc. He hold meeting there, he engage with them. He say, una na permanent. He say, but me na 5-year mandate they don't give me. So he say, what they can do? You will not be vote for me. They can't vote for me back. So people like Madam Pierre, we sit on her, he say da. Listen to that report where they read. Now paper there it can go before interview panel. Now 98.1. At the end of the day, you know if we able to express it, say it go talk say da. Now it's a subsection 119. The president get right for request. Whenever the audit report will come on, he get right for request. And other president and not be done, they ask for the NTR. So what happen? It go off when the president asks and say, I want the report. It go off. And president, it didn't say with constitution. Say president get right for let ask for such audit report at all the time. Now in responsibility, now in the rule the country. But they not be get any serious president the way we don't do the NTR. Now, what he really rather appears deeper work towards. They try, like where Madam Tenepaka talk, they try for show the government a good work to the nation, to the public, like they are embezzling the economy. They turn expenditure into corruption. So now, this now the woman way not try for be proud of the strengthening of anti-corruptions where President you don't come invest into, you don't invest more power into. So they take her like, this is not gonna work because they be done in that usual form wherein you can just write per paper, you send her any side way, or even it not be the same report to parliament. Because if it be the same report to parliament, there is no new way new government it can be such high corruption rates in the country. Yeah, that means it not be the even report to parliament. Everything was just left on her table, on her decks. That's why we don't operate. So when the government don't come now, the president don't take a job very serious. So this woman now be one of the bridges where be the give information to Africanist press. Now in Africanist corruptions they be done the hook. It not be the hook with the House of Parliament. So anything where how Africanist press goes to down in America, they talk about government expenditure. So now, this now the woman where be the give report to Africanist corruption. China, yeah, now here be don't operate. So now when president say, I say strengthen anti-corruption, strengthen. He say it go strengthen the anti-corruption. They don't ever believe say this go happen. Then he say, and the president say again, I say I will fight against corruption. They don't ever believe in that in the way president be able to talk. So now he make sure say he not be able to do he not be able to monitor his job and he not be able to give correct report to the state, to the House of Parliament. But the government be don't the watch and this woman before don't lose this job from 2020. Where he go give fake report. Yeah. So even the report where they give from 2016 on to 2018 or 2020, he not be able to give because at the end of the day, he not know the job. And he not be know if he apply for that job because we can't meet another office day. I don't know if na a bank account na the job or if it be apply. Yeah, we don't know, but we can't meet a day. And we they try for make sure say we create job for Sierra Leoneans. So when we give you job, you not take your responsibility serious. Well, anything will happen to you, you blame yourself.
Blame yourself.
You blame yourself. But really, they don't want to be proud of the record of President Bill. So now make it try for play like they don't know what he in do. You see how it goes, you know? How shameful she is. He say da da da. What in a da da da?
No, thank you very much. Thank you very much, DJ, for not cut you off. Madam Tene, I come back to you. You the woman where they fight for gender equality, and you don't do a lot for Sierra Leone. Now, the APC oppositions, them now, they're on the media, they cry, that they say, this government not value woman. This government not the empower woman. This government don't come, do so SOZ. Now, you as a woman, in your capacity, and also you do advocate for gender equality, what is your statement on this, and also you take on that statement from DJ Pearce?
We they talk about national issues. When we talk about national issues, nobody not there for use your identity for cover up everything. Identity in a sense, may not use the gender card, may not play gender card in this process. If they come out as a civil servant, as somebody where the government they pay, where the government rely on for do a job, when at the country in economy, then if they come up with false statements, when they don't hold them responsible for the errors the way they make them in one play the gender card, it's totally wrong. Yes, we advocate for gender participation, for gender equality, for women's participation and leadership. But when you don't make mistakes, you therefore accept the mistake, you don't therefore can't play your gender card because of the error we don't make. Because they're not be the expect say the president will call for that document for go through her. For the APC side, I not get anything for do with them. Because when they don't release one of them guys, then they use that young chicken and then they speak and they dance and they cost money for that. Are the only education where they get for give them. Then when they I don't tell them say we don't want opposition for the best interest of the people of Sierra Leone. We want to enjoy pure democracy. The opposition for don't come on board, engage with other institutions them where they really get for look into certain areas there, not to where something be now for go out there, go pack them picking them and they cost money cost. All day na the whole night na the president in Mama them the cost and they dance and they cost in Mama. It don't make sense. This lady not for use gender card for cover up anything. It don't make error. And now President Bill they see the clear picture say the administrative areas then inside Sierra Leone it get for clean up there because that are the base of corruption inside Salon. All the permanent secretaries then are their offices then they introduce corruption to people the way that they appoint when they can't take their positions there. People that we don't they talk about that side there. I'm glad the way the president don't pick up this wire and it make it continue for clean up. You know they fight. You know they fight corruption with corruption. Certain institutions and then go for go down for go see. We no support her in this way, in this sense here. We don't say this government, it will support gender equality and gender participation. Wait to make them come up with hands up, my girls, if they know they support gender equality. You know how many women they wait for don't perform seriously inside Sierra Leone, but because of sexual abuse, SGBV, make the performance then very low, then shy away, they're not able to come out. May not use gender card. It's totally wrong. I'm not supporter. No gender card, you know they can't play inside this game here. It wrong. More they call things and by the names. It wrong. Let nobody not can use gender card for cover up in your mistake we don't do. Now purely administrative error and professional misconduct. So Parliament get right for deal with that. Because if they don't use that Africanist dress, when the Hands of My Guest program come, it say First Lady, they embezzle government money. Where we say First Lady be they raise in your fund them for support this project here. Yeah. The honor enemy of progress for that nation.
Thank you very much, Madam Tene. I will hold you there small. Then from there, Sierra Leoneans, they will adjust the join with this now current affairs. And they are with Madam Tene Paka, the woman where they keep the record straight. And I also there with DJ for the SLPP DJ. Any other DJ na fake, na lie, na duplicate. Me fam with them. Me where they talk me na demand the great the SLPP bubble. Today we dey talk on national issues, things we concern that country day, and we say the reality, but nothing but the reality. Now, we don't say this woman. What is the situation? They say a lack of professional performance. Why in the in office? Because that office there, you for behave professional as a professional, you for there and make sure you not believe in any dubious any corruption act. But however, Madam Talapia ain't don't balance in your own job because just like how DJ Force say, if they sleep, will not be get president in that country day. Because if he say president, no normally president not the call for that, that means say na ball be the ball or something, na be yuki, and at the end of the day, salon where President Biokana power, what we can make austerity measure because if that woman be they really do in work, Sierra Leoneans, if you say salon go fall under austerity measure, no, absolutely no. Enough for not happen so. But because of lack of performance, why are they in public office? This is not the reason why we see some behaviors then. But then now, I want to take Kuna back to in statements. But where it come with that statement, the way it say the government don't involve in how many billions of money, would that grab for us now? Umaru Fofana. Now it begin grab with this big saga. But then I just want to take Kuna back to what if Umaru Fofana take to the international community we they call the BBC. Well, I bring Una back to the program.
It may sound cliche, but it seems to hold true in Sierra Leone that the more things change, the more they remain the same. Grand corruption that has blighted this country for generations seems alive, well, and thriving. Two audit reports, one on the management of the public accounts for 2019 and a real-time one on the COVID-19 response, read like an encore of the last decade or more. On the public accounts for the year under review, the issues include interest given but not retired, withholding taxes but not paid to the state, questionable payrolls and the payment of allowances, costing the state nearly $18 million. The highly respected Auditor General, Lara Pearce, has what concerns her the most.
The main concern for me is the perennial matter on procurement. We note that because ministries, departments, and agencies may not want to bring in competition, they do what we call splitting of invoices, so that you end up having a sole process or request for quotation process rather than a national competitive bidding or an international competitive bidding.
Would you say these are resistance to doing things correctly or clear kleptocracy, people using all of that to steal money?
I don't want to talk about it as a stealing money matter. It is a deliberate, in my opinion, deliberate flouting of the rules for whatever reasons which they are best placed to explain.
Would you say there has been an improvement or a deterioration?
No, there has not been a deterioration, that I can see. There has been a better understanding of what is supposed to be done.
Now, my family, I just take Una back. You know, this is not current affairs. We can always look for the fact that encounter. Where this woman with that statement, at the end of the day, we all man, we see the APC Tolongo Toge Pambody, then they pass around. Oh, they don't thief. Oh, they don't do this. Oh, billion. Oh, million. Then at the end of the day, it can't say, you know, when they release the press, when they give the press release. At the end of the day, it give bad statement where it damage the government, because even if you don't give certain statement where it not to reality, but as long as that statement don't go as far as international level, that alone don't come with problem to the country. That is what unprofessionalism. Because no professional, if you are professional, you know, you will just come out and can't give statements where you later on you withdraw that statement then they. So now this is not the reason why we there today to test Sierra Leone and see. In fact, not to only suspend where they don't suspend. We want to sack this. If I let them remove them, because we get competent people then inside our society, they will believe say they are more competent. Yeah, you there as a civil servant, but your loyalty lies to another political party. But anyway, I left and give you DJ first. What do you say?
Well, we say it's not an auditory thing. Now listen to the interview. It's an auditory thing, but a better understanding. You know, all the lies where they form. And we say $80 million now they go eat no more inside corruption no more. So who say who did they get that 80? Who say whose office where they go eat $80 million?
Billion.
$80 billion. Who said that money they come on our hand as tell me about. You know, but this now be the time where they create fairness into the government. This now the time where they work with the opposition very strong for create tension, for make let the government panic. But one thing, they don't know what's at the meaning of new direction. They think it's a false name, or we are just playing game over it. New direction. People don't even know. They are not. People don't feel say we mean it. For say everything we don't play with from 1967 to this day today, that's the end. We will not never allow it to exist from 2018 to 2020 to 2021. No. New direction. We mean it. We mean it. New direction. So the manifesto of President Bio in government, beaucoup people not get the manifesto. So the paper find out very difficult. Many civil servants not get President Bio in manifesto. So most of the things that they don't see say the President Bio they work towards in manifesto, they're not sure. And they are blind in it. So in the final say they go change figure. For can't lie, like what we don't they do from 1967 until 2007. People they just they eat money, but they don't know how much now the money they eat. No, this time you got to give correct figure. So this woman then, now the woman then this way be they operate with Africanist corruption. Now be the informant. We see that boy be sit down in America, where no one they pay tax in Sierra Leone, where they pull voice like he is part of the government, or he know exactly how budget they run or how parliament they run na Sierra Leone. So these are the agents. Pearce then be the agent for Africanist corruption, will be the get information, say the government corrupt. And one thing, like we say, demand, the information don't go out. How for bring that information back for let it be correct? No, Sierra Leone then go flow with that false information. And Umar Fofana, now borrow me, carry me, BBC reporter. He they no more, for let you no more say this don't happen. You know they go whole document, investigate to, it just the wrong day. Then it go begin broadcast for me, it get salary. Then, in fact, we get for change in your broadcasting. It don't they carry age now, at least no get new folks them for come on board where they go. There's a Sabi report now BBC. Because at the end of the day, things not going to happen no more. Umo Fofana job they take no more, it begin pull and do. Now so that we don't they do for a government, serious government in Sierra Leone, like what they be do Pakabai administration. Because the only government will go compare to President being government a little bit na Pakabai administration, yeah. So Lara and Pearce, now woman away, they don't fail the nation. So for me, let nobody know feel say when we don't ask you to step aside, that means you are coming back in. No. The new direction will not believe in that. Who they believe say you for work for the nation, don't work for President Bio. Work for the green, white, and blue. Work for the state. You are getting paid. Like we Madam Tenepaka talk. Civil servant, you are getting paid. You are not serving me. You are serving the state. Work for the state. That's why we are paying you. So when you see the president don't say, step aside, brother, will they replace him? Yeah? No matter what thing ever happen, we will get for replace him. I mean, the country, the population don't increase. The education, the education, they grow every day. People, they graduate every day. Accountant, they graduate every day. Degree holder, they graduate every day. So if you don't hold, you don't need another job there, you don't make sure say you will give us a result, a clear result. Then you try for mortgage job, then anything will happen to you, you blame yourself.
You blame yourself.
So,
thank you very much. I hold you there. Now I come to Madam Tenepaka. Anything will happen, you blame yourself. I like that statement for DJ Force. Well, Madam Tene, what do you say or what did DJ Force don't say? And that statement also from Umaru Fofana, where you all the hearing things no more than a counter.
Umaru Fofana in own side, waiting really don't bring up all this thing and that MCC award. They wanted the MCC say this government not credible for get that award. But the God though they serve na a living God. Any sitting president will believe in voodoo. Now then they dump. But these governments believe in God. Now God they expose them. If we not listen to that lady in statements, what see Umaru Fofana don't talk from the horse's mouth. Well, let the public then judge. I'm not say them full one day. Where they know they where get specs then at their eye, where they know they see the clear picture of what's in the happen at salon. You know, they want use media, they want use other areas then for damage these governments. But we don't tell them the media will be on top of her, it not get for work. Umaru Fofana, how come this lady don't come with this report? I don't want to repeat what DJ Force don't say. You know, able to do thorough investigation. You don't go ERA for tell the MCC say, well, the award where they don't get salon not credible, the new direction not credible. Forget that award day. Now this fight, then they fight. Now this fight, then they fight. Now because of that MCC award, whether underseller politicians, they all be don't come together, then go to map say, we'll not go green like this. They care all them false information there. So European Union, then self come back there, open the mouth day. European Union with some of we civil wahala then because not civil society. A civil society for be an independent body. So let's see me don't like kind of what DJ Force there don't recommend. We get new guys them when I graduate them when they don't come out when they do how can I call it when they don't study
Media.
when they well qualified media
Broadcasting, yeah?
Broadcasting, yeah.
Oh, not
Journalism.
yeah, when a journalist they don't do journalism them, then they under. But then people there are not really know what they inside their head. And they feel so much for Sierra Leoneans there. But make I come to this. When are they tell and say because President you don't go live now overseas, you don't land, they don't educate himself. They not get away with anything, any side they come to be able to capture them. Because if they read every day, if they read, if they go work, if they read, if they use it upstairs. So it actually knows it. They vote me in here for a purpose, and I they make sure say this work where they don't give me, then give me a mandate. I get for doing well. If I not doing well, now issue for mistress self, then go hold me responsible. So now that make it they do. People that they don't come out, they don't can study, but they don't get common sense. So the president will get he educates them, he get common sense. They're in a critical thinker, you know, they look one side, they look at both sides, then he decide what he get for do. So now some of them mistakes them the way then they do because they know they talk, but keep himself for a job. So then things say how do they deal with them previous allowed to pass president there, like the same thing that they can't do with President Bio. And at this Kabaka, but they not be the allower because this kind of propaganda. But they don't forget say the very media where they depend on them things they will see this government here with this media or say the media everybody here don't open. You know there's no side for hide again. You go run, but you not go hide from reality. You go run, but no, you're not going to hide from reality. So now the system. So I'm highly disappointed in her as a professional woman. Then it don't go make the errors they want use the gender card. You know, for the blind supporters of the colleagues then they kind of then they can say all type of rubbish against the sitting president. But anyway, this now a lesson. Let the sitting president continue for looking into the institutions there. We'll talk of high corruption. Now inside the administrative settings there, now there is high corruption there. Yeah, let the government continue to clean up. We need a total clean up.
Thank you very much, Madam Telepaka. You just talk about okay, you know done.
President pick her up. So then they really clean up. And the key recommendation in this area, let president continue for look at all the areas where they're attached to inside the other institutions, then they let them clean up. Because now then they make the error, then they give this government a bad name. Most other kind of money they come out, so the government for council they not do things then. It's like 3 years, then they see this government in the big hospitals, in the big schools, in the big bridges, not to stone you, they go take for go do them thing they. And they come with Boku programs there because they don't check He don't assess the country. He know the needs of the people then. When he come in power, he don't know the needs of the people then. Then they make error. But he don't already assess the need assessment and say what they don't do. Then make it put that in manifesto. Anything they do, all they pick and pick and pick and pick and. But that one inside 3 years, the 11 years error we don't happen at that country. Men can't take on as a magician. And when they bring changes to community, you got to take it gradually. Change that something we know they can impose on people then. Now, based on what they implement inside that institution, then go make the people that adopt to the changes. For example, the education side, where they begin call them teachers, then we can't do verification. When you do verification, we put you on the payroll, we give you PIN code. All that thing and then I hit because they don't. We don't embed it in Sierra Leoneans there. They think that they right to do corruption. And corruption, they kill a society, they kill a generation. And this the president they try for avoid. Now make it say the next generation will be a better generation for this community. And we're not going to continue for there is a bad community. So I'm glad the way the president don't really look into them thing and they very soon I guess I can left now.
Yeah, thank you very much, Madam Tenepaka, for your brilliant speech. You know, family, if you just join with this the current affairs. You know, Madam Tene, I know say you want left free, but we'll get another major topic where they are. So I just want to hit you with a small. Then from there we'll come back to Madam Tarapia. I know Talapia or Latapia. Yes, we don't see say corruption they can fight back, and you know they fight back no more inside the administration or the institution then. But then they use the other means now to counter power, which is human sacrifices. It's sad to say, my brothers and sisters, that we don't say things don't happen. That fire business happen, we don't lose people there. But using people there, young man them, for human sacrifice, just to gain political point or to come back to power, I believe say a very bad and sad for we nation. We all see Samura Kamara after that accident occurred ago on the site. But it be so concerned about one particular area no more way na that particular motoka we go na that side. Why? Because before this thing happened, we see youth man there where Samura Kamara go bring them from Makeni. That side and the inside truck for let them come demonstrate for him because it effect against corruption. Why? Because it don't corrupt. For let it go with himself no more. If you know say hand clean, if you don't find, but it go count people there. It's some to car when they come for let they can cause trouble. Some of them can't remember with weapons in their hand. When a gun they all be there in their hand to can disrupt the ACC. So now, Madam Tene, before you go, we see Samura Kamara go by that particular truck day. From the analysis, yeah, from current affair, where you don't do investigation, the family they want to know what thing are you take on that to let the public they aware. This type of behavior just to come the power to use people then, innocent people then, to gain political means.
By now, other people that for don't land say, Sierra Leone will not build on them kind of thing, then they will build on the prayers of God. And Governor Clark said in prayer not get for miss anybody. When the tanker don't for them, even the driver for report to the police, it's him up, the Allah say when I not go there. Not knowing that. How come them people then they motorcar go reach the order inside that car? That for which they're not able to count on say for escape. They're stuck inside table we say that far they can reach there. Now some of the things then do where they want they don't bring Canada country. Samura Kamano bring people picking them. It put her on a sacrifice through that tanker incident. Because they don't bring a shrine from Nigeria when along with them you want to the Nigerians themselves want to say, we not born Nigerians, we nobody should. We are not putting along, we are picking them, therefore they disappear. Because of human blood and they use. When they use human blood, they are picking them for hope. So, we are not allow that. So they don't know all this again. So now look what can happen to them. And when it happen, the public they come out, they say the president will which kind of president will in your day. For that, you know, say they know him and sacrifice. When they see that don't happen, the current government they do everything. They know not can do. They know can do because they know state. They all they know can do. Yeah. Yeah. So they don't agree. They don't agree for good. This is bad.
Now, DJ Force,
So
coming.
now don't be man. So this clearly shows this. Then people that instead of the educate the community, the young people them, now voodoo business and they sacrifice them man and the farm. But Samura God will expose them. They're not even come as a citizen for even see waiting and go waiting for this government here. Instead, they're waiting for can give bad name to the government. So it really pathetic for waiting not happen. It really pathetic for waiting not happen. I feel like for the family there where they're not aware which I don't can sacrifice them. But God will continue for expose them. I got your certificate. I don't think I got your certificate. Yes, yeah.
Thank you very much, Madam Tanepa. Yeah, DJ Force, what did your take on this?
First of all, I'm not only referring to the accident that took place with Samura Rongo Tinaniara Motuka. I want to give a key recommendations to the independent police in the Republic of Sierra Leone. It's hard time now for improve the operation of police system, police service in Sierra Leone, because at the end of the day, the population they increase. If we say we still fall from Shakastivi in time to JS Momo, to Pakaba, to Anesbai Kroma, for say that service the way police they belong they provide. Now that same way they will want for act. Well, they no say criminology don't increase in freedom. So many times they say they don't kidnap. Who said they don't begin kidnap citizens in Sierra Leone? Either it be propaganda where it not be propaganda then we encourage the police then for change their system of service. So an area wherein we not get a lot of camera in other country, they wait for the track. Any people who are bad people, but now we change with human services into a different system so that anyhow we criminal they try for become more stronger in Sierra Leone, we should be able to destroy them more. Moving forward. That motoka way is so. I'd already get the information from McKinney. These are the boys the way you see Samura the way waiting and this motoka. They cry inside his heart because he know exactly which motoka that one day, whether that motoka they belong to him, whether they be there inside that motoka, he know exactly. So you see how it damage people in picking the way he bring a car for can demonstrate for them and on their way returning back home, locality come meet them. So if they find out say if they bleed inside and wait in any other motoka, if they bleed, yeah. So using other people that you're picking them just for your political gain now is unacceptable in our society. You see, they cry, now make you put the cap down. They feel them because everybody will be inside that motoka, they no nurse come on, they all die. Some of them don't even sabi their name. And anytime they say something they happen, APC get meeting, I don't know why they for the go and transport people then from another state to for another district for bring the kind of freedom. If una feel say una political party is popular, there is no need una for the poor people in Makeni, na Kabala, na Kenema, na Bo, na Kono, for kana papugra na per demonstration, na freedom, for conflict, for corruption. So for me, I mean, let the police they really they try for monitor because from that time when they picking up be left from McKinney, they can inside prison. Me, if I am minding that checkpoint, I dey read the intention. I dey stop them. Yeah, but I dey encourage the police there at least let we turn the union for Uber a little bit. Let we turn the union for Uber. Let we able crack on crime committers in the Republic of Sierra Leone, because we don't hear now say Pikine they hide, Pikine they lost na school, they don't go hijack this woman, they don't go hijack this people. If now lie, then let it be lie. But if not true, na so it dey perhaps na future, they will turn the police union for Obaba. Let scatter them at the marketplaces there, na the lorry park them, na the public places there. Let turn the union for Uber. Yeah, this is the only way we'll be able to stop crime committers. Yeah, because at the end of the day, we not get CCTV camera. CCTV camera no boku na Sierra Leone. Yeah, 50 years if you chief Pikina, yeah, brother, they go able to see you. Because anywhere, even inside your house, camera did it. If you beat you woman, they can go court. They play the video na court. You say they wonder who said they pull the camera. Yeah, but we not get a system in there. We not human service now we get. So what did happen? The people that when they serve for we na the police force, we not allow turn the union for Uber, allow scatter na the marketplaces them, allow scatter na the lorry park them, allow scatter na the jetty them. Yeah, allow scatter na the wharf them, allow scatter na every part, allow turn the union for Uber since we not get CCTV camera. Now, this human sacrifice, one for tell us say a lot of foreigners they don't enter another country there. Yeah, the hijacking is increasing in Sierra Leone. So what did happen? We now turn the union for Uber. Now turn the union for Uber. Now go able at least crack down on crime committers and drug dealers. Yeah, because with the finance say a lot of Nigerians they don't bakuna the country, a lot of South Africans they don't bakuna the country, a lot of Malians they don't bakuna the country, a lot of Morima they don't enter just for this one day election where they can Sierra Leone. Every day, Morima they enter, they worship just for let this one day APC party can have power. And whenever the final say APC the opposition, the final say human sacrifices they increase. When they in power, the final say for broke graveyard it increase. So all the tier now I encourage the police how for put stop to the tier. Una lot turn the union for Uber. Yeah. Lot turn the union for Uber. Lot scatter at the marketplaces. They lot scatter at the public transport them. At least before the police they can't sit down as police station whole the way people they bring case now for just give them 10,000, 5,000. Well, Lord change the crime committers them. Lord change the lawbreakers them. I believe say if you can say make I talk about that for today, then a speech I will give and then a recommendation I will give to the nation. Yeah.
Thank you very much, DJ Force. Now, Madam Tenebaka, sorry we lost you. Now we count you back. What did you continue what they say on that note for them picking away loss and these bad sacrifices the way politicians they do just to come back in power? I believe say they know they do that to their young picking them when they born them, but they do that to people that young picking them. Now they poor innocent one that they don't go die for nothing because they be not sacrifice them. And now Samura Kamara, you see how they cry because of this dubious act what they don't do. You see how look in body language, it too sad and pathetic. So
I not think say they cry for them picking them. Maybe it cry for the vehicle we don't born because then guy are now wicked guy them. If they really love them young people them. Look what's in the youth minister don't do. The farm then they announce on social media. Say then get farm and that farm is inside the northern part of Sierra Leone. The rest don't dry, they not get people there for harvest. Now then guy then they go able employ them, care them go. Then pay them 2 weeks, then harvest that rest. But when the rest don't dry, that young man come on at the northern part of Salon, he know what's in the issues of the young people in our Salon president. You don't make them the youth minister, everything where that guy they do now that part, you know, they get better support from them one and then they tell them say, "Una not go there because now SFPP." Now they left their farm, then they rest the waste. Instead, they go take them and give them drugs and tramadol because somebody will get in normal sense, not they can't on a street for go down for what you not eat, you not drink. Now, what they go take for give them so that they go stupid them, so then care them go inside sweet on. This thing is very critical. They sit on that fire day, it day on, they don't day inside that hold up. They sit down inside that motor car. They take that fire. They can meet it burn them or something all right. Then people there are the need for deal with them. The need for deal with them. What me they tell them kefala. Anybody where they go inside anti-corruption, where go for go shake your hand, not shake their hand. Hello, then at this country, I know they shake person hand. You know they go meet anybody no more shake your hand. No way. Anybody where they come on inside that then sakude. Where they go anti-corruption, then kefala not shake their hand, yeah. Any chair where they sit up inside that anti-corruption, they ask them come out that chair, they will not move on. Yeah, because always then they pass with him and sacrifice. This is a simple thing. They invite you, they not get forbid you. This anti-corruption case, people they be they say, let president be holding people then they I do them so like then go Panama would say, not same one way they talk this talk. Now tomorrow go say that man they not respect human rights. They violate the rights of the people there. Anti-corruption cases and then I they see they don't depend 3 to 4 years. When they don't done with you, they don't hold you. You don't. When you refuse, if you refuse for pay that money, you don't go prison. We don't see anaya. Under this COVID, all the one that will embezzle funds there, they don't step there aside. Then they under investigation. When they prove them guilty, then they send them go to prison. They know they ever join politics. They know they even think and for can join politics. They know they even in their mind. Yeah. So what see me they say? Let the government put law. Anybody where they invite to anti-corruption, you go bring people picking there. Make them hold on for inside the young people there. Yeah, for violence. Make them hold on. Let the people there, let them know what's in a law. When the law touch you, it pass when then they slap you in the face. Let them give them a strict law. Anybody they invite in anti-corruption. When they invite in anti-corruption, and then they go beat you, then they go disgrace you. Now statement they say can't make. Waiting at the entrance for go gather and young people there where they self get life for live when they go put them in a street, when they go put their life there at high risk. It's very bad for our community and we not go on for continue for see that one day and they recommend to the police them anybody where they invite na anti-corruption let the person put let the police them make sure say they liaise with the information ministry make the announcer where you declare inside anti-corruption. If you want you West and picking them for can escort you there, no problem. But if you say, if an anti-corruption commission, yeah, when they invite you, now you they invite you. Picking no they can, they West no they can, because they know they beat you. Now question and answer. So why don't they make this thing here, they escalate to a different level, they go bring their young man, then both of them are they left inside that fire day. Both of the bike riders, then when they come with now, they left inside that fire day back. It's really bad. It's really bad. Then when the incident don't happen, then get the guts and audacity to sit on a radio and become not get responsible government. When the irresponsible opposition will go told people picking there for McKinney, then kind of stuck inside that vehicle, they say they lost their life. Why would I not they tell them the truth? Me, I always thought as Sierra Leone, where SLPP go wrong, I go tell them. Where APC go wrong, I go tell them. APC, what you wanna they do to the young people there? They go chase una picking there wherever they because it's bad. It's bad for they bring them picking and they make them they lost their life carelessly. And when the president they do that thing, they no come on board because they don't do the human sacrifice. Then things say they don't accomplish their mission. But sufferation get for media and then door. Then get for fear. Now they go no more, we go see 2023 then they come. And a glass now don't get for grody. I promise. We go tell you and say no cow. If not they invite you and stay away now, brother there, law organize research. But it's really bad. My key recommendation, the police force, IG Sovla, get this message clear. Anybody where they invite man anti-corruption, enough accounts, no battalion, because now people picking them and they put their life there at high risk. At high risk. Yeah, then get Google use program the way they call it, they know they do it. They know they go there, they don't want to work, they don't want to do nothing, they want free thing. And no free thing, no, they're not free time. We're not working, not eat. And the one the way they oversee, they incite them, they send money to them, when I go cut cable, when I waiting, because they know say, when electricity in a country, that they attract investors there for come, all the things then they pay them, use them for waiting safe. That tanker they, we they send a car for bull they go put swear, something all right. Yeah, now premeditated. Now premeditated organized crime. Organized crime.
I know
Yeah, now organized crime.
Thank you
May
very
they go
much.
out now. Bye bye. Now, yeah.
Now, before you go, I want you to give recommendation to them Fambuda Yahweh Samura Kamara, don't go to them. So just give me 1 minute, please. Now, why this video? Yeah, this man don't go to them Fambuda. Yeah, the people them they pick their way, where they don't last, where they don't die, where they don't sacrifice them, and they go talk to them. What are your advice to them? So do you why let Fambuda everybody watch? What this man talk small there from there? You give advice to them Fambuda. And parents then also, where they allow them picking and they go cause trouble for politicians.
Come and pay attention. Alongside the Street Shaman, Mohamed Kamara, alongside Kotopi, Isebenaya, alongside the Member of Parliament, APC 119, some organizations, the segment and other organizations that were affiliated with the organizations, them to the All People's Congress. The meet people and the various places, lose them. When the family them they die by that fire burning. That fire will happen on the 5th day of November 2021. Taking at this office, in a community attention, segment Pearce. As the segment today, now we're waiting again today for new updates upon waiting the happen. This is our waiting. And also the 5th day of November 2021.
Well, Madam Tene, before you go do you don't see, you don't go to them parents then. They try for talk to them, they touch them, but they see the guilty mind, the guilty conscious panel. So what are your advice to the security and also them parents the way they allow them picking and the father them politicians there, especially the Tulungo to go sacrifice them? Now we don't lose them. What are your advice to they give as a mama, as a kumra to them parents them so that we will talk to them picking them?
The advice what they give to the parents there, na Sierra Leone, especially the northern part of Sierra Leone. On ABC, where as an ego sit on a radio say the free quality education law on a picking them not take them. But in your picking them don't go oversee, they don't go study. Do ya? If you all safe, we're not so you picking there for all you picking, not so you depend on financially, but morally, then go there for support you. Una left for the support una picking them for go the bad way. We born picking enough for freedom. Not afraid for tell you picking the truth. When not tell you picking the truth, tomorrow that picking they become a burden to you, it become a liability to you. They go born picking them out there, they look after in picking them. Learn for tell you picking them the truth. If you don't like communicate with you picking them, you tell them the good and the bad. Let them choose what they want. And if they decide for follow the bad, you put your foot down as Kamara say, once you don't follow that path, you know they can't under me roof. If you can't under me roof, that not to me born you. We therefore be strong enough. If we're strong enough for carry them for 9 months, we born them, we therefore stand firm. If you're not a single woman, you go still stand firm. You tell you picking say this another taker. You go let them tell them the truth. When not tell you picking the truth, you don't disappoint yourself at the end of the day. Because no matter what thing happen, when we get older, we need you picking them. If you're not able to work, you need you picking for like and help you for worker. Or it gets you with chair if you don't inside. So Kamara then the advice una look after una picking them, una learn for communicate with una picking them, una put them down, una tell them true say this is not good. Even this free quality education we don't come, would that not be don't go school? You go learn trade. You go learn something. You go learn welding. You learn carpentry. You learn bricklaying. You go able to get job. You be somebody for yourself. Rather than for the day na sleep, the time when they're ready for people picking them and then they go give them tramadol and alcohol, then they push them for candle and sleep. Do ya at the big one. Make this thing ya stop. You know good. And Samura, if una think say na the SFPP una they can for can damage. Una they reduce una vote una no. Una voters then so now the numbers so una don't begin reduce. Then this one great president bill. Now God in anointing. Una hate some but God not hate us. So now the advice now they only they give to the parent then and then let the police then look into that. Nobody know for those people picking up for count them for Togri. APC na Togri they be introduced in that country they we don't tire with them Togri then they make we get the bad community and let them they see through they're not they accept them because they lack education, they lack common sense.
Thank you very much, Madam Tenebaka. But now 1 second before you Not to the message here where DJ Force car with where it say no run up, no rally. Not to the rally and where they can cause them problem there.
Oh, then they once would they move towards a pure democracy and civilized politics, you know, I know rally in 2023. Because we know say more young people then will die. We know one down again. Salon would they change salon pure under this new direction. No rally. When see DJ talk, we don't talk. No rally. No rally in the street. Yeah. Because no one young people that they lost their lives. Me being get picking in a Kamara. Now me know how I felt when I see them guided. They born inside that motorcade. Someone I know see they do. They go link they take picture for 10 devil say in the mission don't accomplish. Now premeditated. They know see them they up to.
Thank you very much.
6 months they see they go do him a sacrifice. I don't know they pull inside that game though. Okay, so now left now, yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Now, that was the voice of Madam Tenet Baka, the woman where they keep the record straight. Now, my family, if you just join with this na current affairs, and how would they discuss the fact, with the count evidence then, where they showcase anything with the talk now, yeah. So if you just join with me where they talk me that Dima the great, the man way don't just enter and wait my we see the DJ Force, the SCPP DJ, any other DJ na duplicate. The woman we just learn about Antoinette Baka, the powerful woman with the among we with the woman where they keep the record straight. Now, we topic today is Samura Kamara, especially most of the one there corruption they fight back with human sacrifices. But then we see also people that where we expect as an auditor general, where for audit the institutions, then they where for make sure it protect we couple with money. But then now, instead now they can audit them. So auditor general where they audit, instead they can audit them. Why that will happen? Because of corruption. So when now before we come back to Madam Talapia, with evidence is the way we get to come. Make the public understand why they suspend them. I go want to take this moment for let we take a short break and come back. But DJ Force, what you get for tell the public first before we take a break? Well, just like I tell you now, let we take a short break. We come back.
Oh, who that guy this game? Yeah, so I'm Sam na who that this game ya dey for Amada Bio. Oh, who that cook and shape the game President Bio. We are with the voter man. We are with the voter man. We are with the voter man. Go for development na salon. You don't hear me. We are with the voter man. We are with the voter man. We are with the voter man. For development na salon. Sholele, 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 sholele. Oh, after you, now you. Sholele, 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 sholele. Oh. 2023 now you. Show them say you do it. 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 After you now you. Salomon waiting we say. Yo we dey vote for you. Yo we dey vote for you. Yo we dey vote for you. Oh push Salon go before. Return waiting we say. Yo we dey vote for you. Yo, we dey vote for you. Yo, we dey vote for you. For Saloni Metewa. Kapo Abolanje Bele o. Weji makwa longiva. Weji makwa longiva. Weji makwa longiva. Weji makwa longiva. Dongo Abolanje Bele o. Weji makwa longiva. Weji makwa longiva. Weji makwa longiva. Weji makwa longiva. Why Kayama Bowlanje Pele, Wejima Kwa Longiva, Wejima Kwa Longiva, Wejima Kwa Longiva, Wejima Kwa Lobiova. Kailang Bowlanje Pele, Wejima Kwa Longiva, Wejima Kwa Longiva, Wejima Kwa Longiva, Wejima Kwa Lobiova. Bunti Bowlanje Pele, Wejima Kwa Longiva, Wejima Kwa Longiva, Wejima Kwa Longiva, Wejima Kwa Lobiova. Kayamba Bowlanje Pele, Wejima Kwa Longiva, Wejima Kwa Longiva, Wejima Kwa Longiva, Wejima Kwa Lobiova. Amweno kono mwa fefo, bepo abe Hawaii, bepo abe Hawaii, bepo abe Hawaii. Madame yo, Anko loko tenepa, yo sete votamu, yo sete votamu, yo sete votamu, yo sete votamu. Madame yo, Ankambia tenepa, yo sete votamu, yo sete votamu, yo sete votamu, yo sete votamu. Madame yo, Anfalapa tenepa, yo sete votamu. Yo sete votamu, yo sete votamu, yo sete votamu. Madame yo, ang makeni tonapa. Yo sete votamu, yo sete votamu, yo sete votamu, yo sete votamu. Madame yo, ang makroka tonapa. Yo sete votamu, yo sete votamu, yo sete votamu, yo sete votamu. Madame yo. Oh, would I get this game? Yes, so Madame yo. Sam na would I this game? Yeah, they for Madame yo. Shape the game, President Sam, I see man they jump no more. They say back to power, back to power.
Papaya, Naya, on the other side. They don't rule this country. They don't take the country from the frying pan to the fire side. We tell God thank you for President Bill. You only get that this country. Let me get a chance for.
Woman, they want to take this country back to austerity. Ce n'est pas possible, that's what Frenchman say. We are making President Bill chance here, making develop this country for we. And like I say, make we judge them in the end, because the end justify the means. We are with the voter man, we are with the voter man, we are with the voter man, for development na salon. Amu you don't hear me, we are with the voter man. We are with the voter man, we are with the voter man, for development na salon. Sholele, 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 oh. After you, now you. Sholele, 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 oh. 2023 now.
Yes, Fambo, unakusha again. If it's just the join we, this now current affairs. Me where they talk na Dima the Great. The SLPP, Baba. My co-host na DJ Force, the SLPP DJ, and Madam Tenek Baka. Now, we they talk about this woman where they call Lara Taylor Pearce. But before I conclude on what I get now for now today, I wonder we take some minutes and really know who done this woman first. So me family then, If you just the join we, I want to let you share this program to your brothers and sisters them, and also make a comment. Let you be part of the program. Yeah, I believe say sometimes I get for open telephone line for one or two people then to give their statements. But however, anybody where are the open line for what you call not to come cause my make also. But now you own genuine opinion. But before I do that, let we know who done at this woman first.
It's challenging, but it's very interesting. And because I am very much passionate about things that are happening to the people of Sierra Leone, I find that I have to play my part in making sure that things are done properly, as far as I can in my own little corner, that things are done properly in the public financial management realm in Sierra Leone. What I like most about the job is the fact that I'm able to go in there, find out what is going on, bring out issues that the average Sierra Leonean may not be aware is happening, and allowing the average Sierra Leonean to hold the ministries, departments, and agencies accountable for their taxpayers' monies. I think the most challenging aspect of the job has to do with the fact that when you need support in the fact in the sense of doing your job, having those who you've audited to do things properly, and they are not doing things properly, they still do what they're used to be doing in the past, that can be a big challenge. Because in any of our careers, in any career you find yourself, you want to be able to make an impact, a very big impact in whatever you're doing. I would say impact is being made, but not to the extent that I would like it to be made. So that is a challenge for me. Well, actually, according to the Selling Constitution, under which I have my mandate, my role stops at reporting. We go out into the field, we do an audit, we bring out issues, we make recommendations, and we report to Parliament. Parliament are there as the people's representative, and they're there to make sure that people's monies have been properly utilized. Now, at the end of our reporting, they call these MDAs to ask them questions on these various reports. And they produce a report out of that report, which they send to the executive for action. That is where there is a challenge, another challenge, because we normally don't see action being taken at that level. Well, from a professional point of view, I would say no, because my role, my work is just to report. But from a point of view of a citizen who is, deeply informed of what the reality is, that many people don't know what is going out there. Too many things are going out there that the ordinary man is not aware of. But as an auditor, we have the opportunity to, see these things. And because you see these things, I feel disappointed when action is not taken. I would not know, I'm not an economist, I'm an accountant, but for my auditing background, I would say comfortably say that because of some of the huge leakages in the procurement, monies are not being, we're not having value for money in what is going on. If something should cost 2 leons, for example, and it is being charged at 10 leons, then we're losing 8 leons, which should have gone to something else. and everybody else in the country would have benefited from that. So these are some of the challenges that we face, and these are perennial problems that come out in our reports. After I've released my report, sent it to Parliament, Parliament has deliberated on it, they come out with their own report, the report goes to the executive, to the Attorney General's office. I would like to see that action is taken. Even before the report gets to the Attorney General's office, the ministries should also act on these recommendations. Then we'll see a better public financial management system in Sierra Leone.
Now, DJ Force, thank you very much. Before you come, I will talk about Wudana, this woman, yeah, we Madam Lara Talapie. So, this na video where everybody don't watch about the woman where they talk about herself. It say, whenever I see beaucoup things and when they go on with that country, they in as the Auditor General, they enter there. And beaucoup things then they see with AI, with me and you know they see. But then they give this woman a responsibility for the people there. And we believe, say, if anything go wrong, that ain't now for blame because a neglect a responsibility when again. Now, we don't hear it, what it don't happen. When president, where they don't suspend this woman, the court don't suspend her because of lack of professionalism. Now, DJ Force, you as a politician, you see this woman, they talk, and they calculate before even a talk. Now, they don't suspend this woman because of lack of professionalism. You really think that this government, for entrust somebody with lack of professionalism, where they misinform the public, where they make a figure, such a figure that way they carry to the nation, where they carry that because of that figure, they carry commotion. They will get 245 journalists that will not, understand and do the investigation that they send under the whole world to damage we country. Do you really think this is appropriate?
Well, for me, first and foremost, I don't talk and see if it be applied or na a bank account na you get that job. Because anything we struggle for, you got to work very hard for give result. I hope you hear me clear.
Yes, I get you.
Moving forward, since you enable GUI results and you send you picking na school for results. Once enable GUI results, they at this point in time, the nation they not trust in her again. Because if we cannot give credible results to the state or for the state, not only for President Biu or for SLPP because now SLPP in power, not for SLPP they work, and for the country they work. But if you're able to give results as a Auditor General na your office, what that show? That means you are not a suitable person for that office. You are not the candidate for that office. But before I go begin Georgia more deeper, if you apply on a bank account, get this job. Because at the end of the day, when they say Auditor General, you got to know the meaning first. For let you know, see, you are not serving a political party. You are serving a state. The country rely on you. I tell you, say, from 2007 to 2018, they don't fail. When this president walk out with, I tell you, I say again, The tongue, and the Quran, I read on a right hand, and the Bible, I read on a pen. It's very powerful. He come, he say, by God be by God. He say, enough is enough. He say, everybody take your job serious. I don't give you job, I go pay you well. But if you say they interfere by the country in resources, he say, I will deal with you. Now, so this woman, when we come, we meet anti-corruption. When President Buka, he meet anti-corruption. But because the former government not be able to monitor the activities of the state, so we all ended in corruption. And the president cannot hide and nobody. He said corruption is a disease that is killing the developmental agenda for Sierra Leoneans. He said, we'll fight corruption. He said, but corruption will fight back. This woman, Naim before make sure say he add value into anti-corruption from 2007 to 2018 for let me make sure say the state in revenue no go no into private pocket. But it will be fail. It will encourage corruption in office, and anti-corruption but be encourage corruption at the office, so they not be able to give us a good result. Now what will come? What the President will do? He try for strengthening the anti-corruption. Yeah, he give them all mandate, he give them all power. He make sure say nobody no interfere into Benkefala in job. Now here, Pearce supposed for the work, for the coordinate. You understand? But what in here they do? If they operate with Africanist corruption,
DJ Pearce, I not cut you up. You might complain. You ball low small. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So he failed for operate with anti-corruption. He failed for make sure say a auditor service, a produce a auditing service where the government go rely on and instead rely on the government, and the government go rely on the public, and the public rely on in office. So if I now say you not be able, you not able to provide a sustainable result for the state. So at the end of the day, now I made the government say, okay, step aside first. We'll investigate you. Yeah, you know, be a monitoring system is very weak. You know, they able to monitor the activities of government. So even some report anyway be they send a parliament, it just a thinker out of his head. But you know they already, you know they go to the field. You know they go to the field for get a proper result for able make sure say it provide credible data system, database for the government, so that the government will actually know how the country resources they go, and woulda really they use the country resources in the right place. But it is not a create figure in mind that it give out there just for make sure say a blackmail the government here. But the new direction, we say new direction. The government is very powerful. Yeah, the government, you know, they make nobody. We don't get a lot of graduate them from all university every year. Students they graduate. So once we don't give you job, you know we take your responsibility serious. My brother, I am still repeating this statement. Anything will happen to you, you blame yourself.
Blame yourself. No, thank you very much. I like that statement there. You know, we get people that were credible, we're responsible, we're willing to do the job. Yeah. When you get their position and they, you know, mean say you get for they tell you die. You know mean say because you're not civil servant in the work, then at the end of the day you go corrupt, they don't go pull you there because you're not civil servant for life. You know, this is some of the things yeah, where would they say? Look at what the woman say. It's a other president them, they not be the answer, they not be the request.
Yes.
Yeah. So it means we don't get lazy president them. If I corrupt president them, at the end of the day, they do things fitty-fatter. But listen to this, Sierra Leoneans. If this woman be they really do a work correct, if you say, and as by Kamara, after a commander power, it will let this country into austerity measure. Hey, DJ Force.
No.
Because if you be really the work for the interest of Sierra Leoneans, then by right, You forgot the audit, make sure you come with the right information then. But because it be the work for, and it's by Kruma, because it be the work for a lazy politician, he left Sidoyanda, the country for not into austerity measure. Now,
Yes.
we got a responsible president, Sierra Leone. We don't come. He say, well, madam, I know you dey do your job, but do your account with that thing. I want to see the job where you dey do. Let me self see him. So when the president don't see no more, the figure when they acclaim, that big figure, way heavy. How this can happen so? But we get also technocrat there. When they don't begin check. They say, no, madam, you're wrong. Not to that team, they can't it map say, if I want to be they give the press release, it not be did. When they do this, it not be did. Sierra Leoneans.
This not the easy way. This are the third nation say, Freetown is responsible for the capital city. Freetown, capital city, I repeat, Freetown. Now irresponsible for less Sierra Leone like America, England, Germany, China, because every transaction, the headquarters is in Freetown. So corruption, the headquarters na Freetown is Sidon. Until we able fed Freetown will minimize corruption day, then the final say upline na work easy walk over. But Lara Pearce, when they don't put her aside, that now one of the biggest corruption headquarters in the Republic of Sierra Leone, where we don't mortgage the development for let Freetown no grab. Because if they find out a Freetown one for grab, for challenge other West Africa countries them, for beauty, for water, for energy, for anything where you feel say other states that they're proud of, but because they heads where sit down and they administrations them. Now I made the outgoing speaker say, let President Bio continue for the investigates other civil servant them. Because then civil servants here, now they don't thief Sierra Leone resources to the way make we know they able proud of getting water in the capital city across the country. When the country they even struggle for transportation. Now, their bosses that would they be buying from 2016, would they be carried? If the civil servant they were responsible for monitor with transportation industry, if they were not involved into corruption, then 30 days their boss for the only drive. Plus, you know, will go by boss, you go count and no more, they will not accept them. The company where they be go by their boss, they need for don't say no. We civil servant for don't say no na Freetown. They say no, we don't want their boss here. It's not serviceable for we people them. Then therefore replace them. But because that the corruption headquarters, now their institutions there, when a permanent secretary, provincial secretary, SEO, now they're responsible for let corruption get sit on place na Sierra Leone. So now one of the biggest trees so where President Bio don't cut. Yeah, Lara Pearce. Now one of the biggest country tree where they don't cut, where now they handle corruption.
In that note, I'll not cut you off. In that note, this just they show Sierra Leoneans how this government is very, very serious. Very, very responsible. Now, we get a Auditor General where they were very, very lazy. But inside that video, when I see say, it begin talk say, now in they go out to people them, you know, beaucoup things where people they don't know. Now, because you know beaucoup things that people they don't know, and you don't want to let the public also know that that's not the reason why a Sidoyanda where corruption they take over inside the honest by Kamara regime. Now, DJ, for you talk about them bosses there. We don't see bosses there. They don't disappear. We don't see beaucoup billions then where the APC Tolongo told get somebody. They go borrow no more. They're not able to do nothing.
Now the Auditor General there, if they you know the Holland. Now be the Auditor General. So when they give their report, then they all them money they go loan na commercial bank. It not be they put her into in report. It not be they give out to the public. So that means it be they cover corruptions, and corruption they become richer, and the poor they become poorer. So you don't see how the game be they playing at the game. So I will let you continue.
Now the corruption they fight back. So unfortunately we don't left Madam Teller. It took one statement. You know go fight corruption on top of corruption.
What
So
it mean? What it mean by that? Now, coming to power is 3 years. You have made an administration for 11 years. You don't form government on top of 11 years administration. And then corrupt particles. Still there inside the system. So now I make it still they draw the government attention saying you cannot fight corruption on top of corruption. Until you now kick them out, then you go see the accountability where President Bio they bring up, where the SLPP they bring up, where the government in the Republic of Sierra Leone they bring up. They will not go able to see the transparency and accountability. Because once the people are, I just come on, the officer go, who send me the department where I work, everybody where they work, they not corrupt. So I'm not going to bring corruption to them. You know what I mean? I mix them there. And then they are not corrupt. So I'm not able to bring corruption discussion to themselves. But then people are on and don't take government, on and go on, they work with them. Then say na corruption, they go serve. And they go make sure say corruption go win back. How man when I be ACC, then I go to a lawyer for represent.
Look at that. You went for go catch thief, man. Yeah. You know, in 11 years, you know, catch one thief, man. But then the biggest thief, man, now you can't become lawyer for him to fight. So who say Lara de la Pierre or to la Pierre?
Who say Ibide? This is not the question to the nation now. Who say Ibide? So this woman, Sierra Leoneans, when I don't succeed, this is not the biggest tree so they don't cut na tree on. Now be the condo, all the corruptions there now there. Now that it depart. But in an Auditor General, you know what's in the meaning of Auditor General? Auditor General, like you sabi hide, you sabi thief money. He will bring it to the president. He will bring it to the parliament. No matter whose mathematics where you go study, Auditor General they able bring it to the states.
Now so hang on there. Now hang on there. There we come to again, Sierra Leoneans. We get a city mayor where they don't pour boku money to cleanse Freetown, to make sure they transform Freetown. But one day, this woman not talk about all the money that way that woman they pay embezzle, it thief. It can publicly say the money the way they make it, you know they put up for Sierra Leoneans there, you know they make up for Freetonians there, but they do for APC. It say if I fail, now APC fail. We say Talapia every day. So continue.
We say Ibide.
Touch your mind.
This is the question what they throw out to Sierra Leoneans. Say Ibide, where the city mayor they give their kind speech them and the information leak. If it not be a credible, reliable, successful Auditor General, straight away, you know, before wait for the parliamentary instruction or president instruction, if I don't interfere on the local government, straight away for going investigate city council. Because now you're right. From those dirty speech from the city mayor, if I don't interfere straight away, if I don't know, say that's a call to say there is corruption in this administration. Not to President Bio for tell us say go do an investigation. Now if I don't go do it in office, a lock Auditor General, he lock this whole department because that power we invested into the president. He also they share that power they will yeah.
Yep.
Now they give report of financial year for say now this one has saved, now this one has spent, now this now he don't left. But from one in day in that office from 2007 until this date, you know able to give proper monitoring report, financial monitoring report to the states. But we'll be the manager because We want for make sure say we don't take an oath say we will provide job for every citizen in the Republic of Sierra Leone. It left to you now for can make you say regrettable. And you don't regret. You dey see in body language. If you were sit down at the studio the interview, you dey see and say the guiltiness the panel. You don't see all in lapses. You don't see in lapses. Now you don't see a weakness in that office. Now make are they still they call upon Sierra Leone the attention for me they know or may they ask this question. If they apply on a bank account, now you get the job. Now me want for really get an answer. Because if me go apply for job, brother, I they add more seriousness in that job day so that I will get another higher promotion. But if you sit down and feel tongue, at the end of the day, if they give fake report against this government here for letting the government look bad, and that's so that they wicked. SFPP administration, we can another country, the SFPP government, that's so that they do not preach on. So that they sign bad signal out there. And they get a BBC journalist. He said, "You they go no more Capua and they begin sending out."
Hang on there. You know, what you say, it makes sense. But then I just want to send this message to the government of Sierra Leone. The people that vote Madabio in to fight against corruption. And Madabio see corruption, they fight back. And we don't see their old politicians, the way they don't face Sierra Leone, they don't recycle, they come back. They don't carry the particles then. They don't galvanize to can say, no, that challenge with President Bio don't challenge them. You don't go hook. They say you don't go hook. Why they say so? Because inside the institution, then they get people then they where they be don't plant them. And now when the government come and say, government of inclusion, they left the all day. They just change sometimes on top or other. But most of the particles then, they all day. What are they try for say to the government? Their particles them, just like what Madam Tenekbaka say, you know, go fed corruption on top of corruption. It's hard time. That will change the whole system. That will clean them. That will clear them. Yes. That will clear that all particles. If the boss they go, all the apprentices they all for go for change. Before I give you DJ Force, let's take example from America. Where Donald Trump is in a power. Where Joe Biden don't come. You don't see everybody, all the apprentices there, they don't change their all. They change everybody. Where Donald Trump they go, everybody they go. So not to honest alone, it happen every side. President Bio don't give too much sympathy with them. But then not corrupt people there. So it's hard to let that route go. We get young man there where they don't graduate. When they fit inside their position, let us put them there. What thing are you on take?
Well, they don't take to the state and they give me final word. And they give me final issue now to the states, into the Sierra Leoneans. Now, President Bio want for see development results. Then they target, they try to get development target for target development result. So for global meet, it is we make sure those institutions were responsible for monitor financial activities or expenditure, or where they for monitor government activities, then let me make sure say disciplinary actions is set. Now no more go able to meet this development target and give out development result. The corruption where they Sierra Leone today, SLPP Kamitam, President Bio Kamitam. What you no more go clean this corruption? Now discipline, the law. The law. Yeah? Let us know they see somebody they do mistake, they will wait for let do more. This woman, I tell you, from 2020, now before don't lose this job. But the left hand, it's risk. We don't go towards a risk, danger. But I tell you, say the leadership will get in Sierra Leone, the president will get in Sierra Leone is very smart. When it don't see say it's going to worst, now make you say, okay, Tinapia force you, I get other people that who can't do this job. You don't qualify. Yeah. So now, I they call upon the government in the Republic of Sierra Leone for say the corruption where they come it, they in Sierra Leone, they come meet them. They need direction, come meet them. So for let the need direction succeed, law clean some institutions them. Law clean them. Would that be say you not go able to serve the states? Now corruption it is well they go find job na China. Job they wait for na China. But we not go they pay you. Then you don't want give you results. Then you want for give you corruption. We not agree. You don't go wait. You don't go wait. So now, if you can tell me for make I talk about this, then it's hard time now. They need action for stand tall and monitor anybody where parliament we don't go swear you in. We get job in our country day. We not for serve the farmer, the bike riders, the wheelbarrow riders. You know they create job, but if they create corruption, you go and find job where you can get job, brother. We want this permanent secretary SEO, maybe they create job, but then they know they create job, but they create corruption. Corruption and create job, you know they go together. We want for see who said the institutions they increase more job facility for the grassroots. But we're not going to give you payment, will they pay you, then they create more corruption. But you know they create more job. You know they work. You know they work. So what did happen? Need direction. Because all how this manifests, so people enjoy they talk and no more need direction. They don't want to practice them. We say any job we don't do from 1967, what can take to 2008, will be no laws. Now, we for clean with them, we for pull and panel. Yeah? We for pull and panel and make sure we do something we call new direction for that we say we're able to take over other West Africa countries. But we get a little bit of particles where they among we need for clean. As we find by you tomorrow, don't click on our office. Where you even call it, go find job in China. Brother, yeah, and they go work. They say they start 10 o'clock. And they 15 minutes before I start. But free time, they go, they late 40 minutes. They what thing they go to office for? And who said corruption, see don't today, make I take the lapa patapa small. Who said corruption, see we don't call the biggest street. But they pull on today on the current affairs. Now the health sector, there's a lot of nurses, doctors who get pharmacy on their own. Now government drugs they the thief. They go sell inside them pharmacies and they. Yeah, we got a lot of doctors the way they graduate, where one can serve the country. So at the end of the day, if we say corruption must no win in the state, then inside the medical field, there's a lot of corruption where they go there. And they get a lot of information, a lot of report. Yeah, medicine when they forgive sick man in the hospital, account they come, they give them. They give 2 Panadol, they give water, you drink. But the rest of the Panadol, now how they go, they go sell and they. The medical field, and they call upon anti-corruption for like hit the medical industry a little bit. The medical institution for say the corruption now I don't let because inside the civil servant area now the three they don't cut so. So now let's go to the medical field now, but let's go see nurses they all don't give people where they don't go now. The job where they for the public at the hospital, but they tell the medicine now all they can go, they go provide services and the people they pay the day government in they go at loss. Now one of the recommendations this why they left with the government, yeah. For say that area they rip off the country 2 months, they rip off the government in resources. Now that area they 2 months. Every doctor across the country they get their own pharmacy. You know they suicide they import. Yeah. Yeah, you know say always the best talks we government see they go first. So no doctor we are about no go to today already. If you feel say you doctor you qualify, go China, go Oak. But the government medicine left for the taker the can go na EO store. Enough is enough. This thing have been done long.
Oh, for technical reason, we just don't lost DJ Force. DJ Force they try for say corruption will not affect corruption under corruption. We get people there where they in a certain position there in order for them to serve the interest of the public. They know they do it. What did they do? They do it for themselves, for their own pocket. And that's not corruption. But one thing I want to Sierra Leone and then aware and know that today is corruption they perfect back. We'll see people them when a parastatals there, the like of Samura Kamara, is sit down. They use people then picking them because of a young political gain. And today we see a grab a go yonder and they watch the motoka them because that motoka they be used to carry the boys then to carry them, then they cause trouble. But at the end of the day, they want them, we don't lose them. So me they tell Sierra Leone and Kumbra them, una for one, una picking them, and also tell them say the free quality education where they don't carry it, let them go to school. If you're not a carpenter, continue with them. So that through that you get for survive. Not to everybody get for succeed in another way around. But I believe say your power, your skill that God give you, if you use them and utilize them, you will grow. Not mind most of the corrupt leaders, the way they don't serve for 11 good years, they destroy the country. Then today, because of their selfish interest, they want use on them, which is not good. For land, you guys are the leaders of tomorrow. Let me President Bioka with this free quality education for Leona land, and also open some other institution then for Leona able develop on our skills then. Let you not just go they don't be a politician no more say oh bra body because this is bra body for how long and not able to help you. So this woman they don't get a responsibility, but because of negligence, because of lack of professionalism, that this is not the reason why we did into this. But before I wrap this program up and DJ Force can give a last statement, I want to take you back to what this woman because the woman be don't lie in fact say computer they don't lose, this they don't happen, this don't happen, this don't happen. But at the end of the day, when we check, not to so it be there. So Sierra Leoneans now at the cap with some things there now. Let una see what they talk about. Now, let me play this image. Let una watch for una self and see what they talk about.
Shortly, Auditor General report saying the missing. Whether can they not do their work fine?
Had new Sierra Leoneans in government since 2018. No, we're dealing with exact same Sierra Leoneans. It's us. The difference, to be honest, has
how vocal the government has been and how it's shown they won't leave any stone unturned with the Anti-Corruption Commission, particularly chasing after the previous administration. Do you think they'll also give the same support in the pursuance of whoever is guilty this time around of, misuse of these public funds?
Frankly, the government has no options. There's only one thing the government can do, which is to support the Anti-Corruption Commission, the Public Accounts Committee, to make sure and indeed support.
This is not the 47 laptop Auditor General report saying the missing. Whether can they not do their work fine? When I don't see 47 laptop, now so they go with.
Hello, how are you, sir?
Hello, there. Yeah.
Mr. Noah, how are you?
And the last person, first thing the person.
Yes, let's go.
Put it on the side because of
No, who is on that?
Did you count them again? Okay. Let me count them again.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Now when they see then laptop there, we all be don't sit down here. We see the auditor general, a council, then thing they don't lost another day. But at the end of the day, what happened? All them computers, then their laptops, the way it rely on a day. You not go say they don't give you job for let you do job for the nation, then you sit down at host, they enjoy. Yeah, that is very, very bad. Sierra Leoneans then they pay the taxpayers the money for let you do a proper job. But then you abandon that job, you sit down. Now also just the calculate no more, they allowed you subordinate the other corrupt members then where they with you for let them go and go give wrong figure. That is bad. That is you lack that is lack of professionalism. As a professional, you not go behave so. So now I make we there to make sure let everybody see what they go on and what happen. And I believe say but good things then go happen because the woman is not professional.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33.
What are they see? Now the things and they per calculate, they per count. Where incident in host, it enjoy near a man that is say that thing and they don't farm. So boku misleading information, which is unprofessional. You not go do so. People that pay the money, that they pay you a taxpayer the money, but you loyalty lies somewhere else. Yeah.
46, 47 laptops, and it's all labeled with the staff that have been using it. This is how. So that's the 47 laptops.
Now when I don't see.
Hello, this now the generator in question where we get a lot of question about say it's missing from the CSC. Me na CHO Al Hassan Kuroman, I'm in charge, and the CSC recently transferred since September 2020. So I don't get a lot of calls and things in our social media about a missing generator from the ministry. I don't know because I didn't get the documentation, but this now the generator we'll get. Now Zimi, CSC, as you can see, will not really begin for use and yet we don't can do the installation. All this kind of generator where install now room, generator room, now Zini CAC. He did it as a video on this particular day when 21st December 2020. So the generator as you see at the go run install Nazini CC. So that is what I know of this generator. My predecessor, they hand over to me, and every day and the handover list. So this type generator there. This is the number of the generator, and at the cell, as you can see, this is the I don't know the power system the name and
of cash loss. The issue of the team are not the part of cash loss.
Fellow Sierra Leoneans, you know, if you just join we, these now current affairs. Now yeah, we dey talk the fact. Now yeah, we dey come with informations then. We dey educate the public about things and way we know say that misleading information there. Because we don't see the APC Tolongo Toge Pambody, they move around now, they holler, they say because of my woman, they don't suspend them. They don't forget to talk the reality, or they deliberately they don't talk the reality. When I see the evidence that we don't show from the Green Movement in your investigation under the current affairs, these are some of the things that way this woman be done put her inside a report, say Zimi Makwe, na generator no dey. In fact, they don't even you know they laptops they don't they don't thief the laptops and they put her inside then a report. How you go be as auditor general? Yeah. Then you know make sure you see that thing and then you just relax now you do now you bed no money you man you dey enjoy. Then you go put some figures then just to damage and tantamount this particular government or this administration. You know, Sierra Leoneans, we have to understand there is many things where I believe say they under where the public have to know. But according to your investigation, and we based on the evidences there, based on the past typical mistakes the way this woman they make, whether not mistake or not deliberately or they work for APC Tolombo Toge Pambody, we the car with we own fact them say this woman is unprofessional and out of negligent, and this woman a lack of professionalism and not deserve to be at that particular office day. So the family there when I just watch what he again can talk to this about this timber business again. You know, these are people that we would call them saying an APC operative there when I say, hey, that this. But how can you be a auditor general where you say they audit for the people that they enjoy the taxpayer their money, but then they can't they lie to the public? This is very, very bad. It's very, very sad and not good. So people like this will not need them for letting them at that office day and for commodity. Yeah. So let me give you what you get for say.
It is not part of cash loss. For the records, the cash loss now 177 billion loans. If you calculate that amount, it's way past. If you convert that to loans, it's way past that amount. So you know they as part of cash loss. For the records, that issue they come up now the report. For the records, the cash loss now 177 billion loans. If you calculate that amount, it's way past. If you convert that to loans, it's way past that amount. So you know they as part of cash loss. For the records, that issue they come up now the report. Because as I explained to you, who do the financial statements audit, it's part of the revenue side. And we check what in the law say, how the calculation suppose for the based on the law at the time. And we realize that based on the calculation way for the now this time difference, now we notice. But we not just to take things verbatim, you get to ask question. And on asking question, the response what we get is that is a mistake. And because we look earlier asked them on this same thing buyer, and we realized that yes, somehow there was a mistake in that, and it's going to be corrected. But one thing I want make we all understand. do you think professionally, we look at things professionally, that issue we didn't talk about 1 square meter or square meter almost $1,000?
Before then, the woman don't case the he don't close the case for me already. See, looking at the situation professionally, meaning not professional, meaning she was very, very unprofessional. Because you don't go say you did this, you did do that kind of things, they figure them how many billions money ways so you know even the dream about. Then you go measure inside your report. That already don't show say you are unprofessional. That already don't say talk say you're not credible. They give credible information. When that figure come out, when they see the APC Tolongo Toge Pambodi them, they come out, they hala, they exaggerate, but good things there. So if anything happened to this woman today, she blame herself. I believe some of this one that I just don't show and I just lead to one them what we know about. But where this woman does sit on trial, we will see beaucoup things there. So this is not a witch hunt. This is not to anything. This is about the reality. This is just the tell when I say how this government is very serious to fight against corruption. Even though we know so corruption, they can fight back. And their corruptive institution and they where they do all their clandestine things there. But I want to take this moment and tell President Bill, thank you. Thank you very much because you don't listen to it. Where we sit down here with the advice, with the do with investigations there, we give with recommendations there. At least we don't gladdy. You don't hear we voice. You don't hear Israelians their voice. I believe say one of the tantamount of corruption, the gigantic building of corruption, Ayanda Emesidon. So I'm glad for this suspension where they don't suspend them. And let them not come back, they will get people that were credible more than that. And let the law deal with them totally. I just also want to tell Nkefala, thank you very much for a fight where they fight against corruption as a young man. The stage where it meet the index of corruption rate where it meet, it be very, very small. We now are like 40%. Today, Sierra Leone, we did 83%. So very soon, we will cover up. If most of them other corrupt institutions and they, if not to because of them, I believe Sierra Leone for us school 90. But I know say before 2022, we get for school 90 or 95. Because this is a fight against corrupt institution that we not want let Salon go be. Let Salon go before. The family then, me and Dima the Great, this is our program. When I share this program, my brother will be there with me in a DJ for the SLPP DJ and Madam Tenek Maka. Due to technical reason, I don't lose them. But I can wrap this program up for Una. And I tell Una say Una believe in President Bio and leadership. Una continue to believe in the SLPP leadership because we know say only SLPP can transform this nation. Only SLPP we believe say whenever they did a power, Sierra Leone they transform. We don't get other government the way they come. What did they do? An austerity measure in the left TV. And today still they defend this government day and night. So my family then, when Allah will stand strong and support President Bio, and tell the APC Tolongo Toge Pambodi say never they will smell back power inside that country because they're not correct, they're not good. Look at Samura Kamara. They just invite them easily for let it go to go ask a few questions. They go take people in Pikine, put them from Makeni, other places, they put them inside Motuka. They come. On their way going, they go see some things that happen, some of them, they don't lost their life, which is very, very sad. So farmer them when I want to pick them. If the farmer, if this not able to go school, the farm work able to do, let it do the farm work. Maybe through that farm work, they able to survive. If na Kawashi can do, let you go. Kawashi today, President Bio don't make they get institution, they win a vocational institution, the way you man them, go able go do them, so they go able build up their life. That they just did behind their politician, they will just use them no more for their your benefit at the end of the day, sacrifice them for nothing. Where you know go get nothing. We don't say APC them, and so they did. So my family then, if you just join with this the current affairs, and they can close the program now. President Bio, we tell her thank you. We tell Ben Kefala thank you for a fight. Let it continue a good job what they do. One of the statements of Ben Kefala, they say, Bo, you be not serve as bank governor, as foreign affairs minister. We don't invite you for let you come. Let you tell you how things will work out because we don't see some things there and all look correct. And you man don't vex so. Samura Kamara, you don't vex. Why you for vex if you know your hand clean? But because you know say your hand not clean, that make you vex. Because you know say you get dubious mind, because you know say you be not thief, that make you go get that people there to come with them. Youth man there, young boy, young man there. Yeah? Where you be the thief that money day? Where you be the enrich yourself and you got friend them? You know be think about them. But now to go pay the price, you go take innocent people there to come with them for let they can defend you. This is very, very sad. It's very, very bad for the nation. So youth man, they don't not die. They are no politician, especially the Tolongos them. They are ungrateful. They're not better. Do ya? When I believe in President Bio, his agenda. When I continue to support President Bio, when I continue to fight against corruption, because corruption don't make the nation go behind. So today, Dima the Great, they tell us say, let us say no to corruption, and let us believe in President Bio, the new direction. And we continue to vote President Bio back 2024 election. Once again, me and Dima the Great, President Bio will vote her back. And that at the end with today. I go say tata, let God bless we all. Love you all. Dima the Great, the SFP people. Vote President Bio back.
Oh, who that guy this game ya so Amada Bio. Sam na who that this game ya dey for Amada Bio. Oh, who that cook and shape the game President Bio. We dey vote back. We dey vote back for development na salon. Amu you don hear me? We dey vote back. We dey vote back. We dey vote back for development na salon. Sholele, 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 sholele. Oh, after you, na you. Sholele, 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 oh, 2023 na you. Show them say you do it, 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 after you na you. Salomon, wetin we say? Yo, we dey vote for you. Yo, we dey vote for you. Yo, we dey vote for you. Oh. Opu salon go before. We come wetin we say. Yo, we dey vote for you. Yo, we dey vote for you. Yo, we dey vote for you. For salon ni better wa.